Alright, hey everybody, it's your boy Akeem from Pro Football Exclusive, here to give you another update, some more information headed towards the 2014 fantasy football season. Now, we all knew about the breakout news a couple days ago, and Sam Bradford, he tore his ACL. He's going to be out for another season, for another full year. He played some of last season, but missed last year to a torn ligament, and he's going to be out again for the entire season, which means there's a couple of concerns and questions raised at running back Zac Stacy, and I'm here to give you my opinion on this good running back. Now, I still think that he's going to be a good value running back and fantasy play, because please let's not forget, he had a great second half last season, and even with a switch up with a bunch of quarterbacks, with Kellen Clemens getting most of the reps at quarterback, with Zac Stacy behind him. And mind you, they did pick up Greg Robinson, a good blocking offensive tackle out of the University of Auburn, which he led many holes for running back Trey Mason and quarterback Nick Marshall. And I still think he's going to be a great addition to even help out the running game even more. Now, there's still a little bit of concern with the addition of Trey Mason for the St. Louis Rams and Zac Stacy, but I still think that Stacy's still going to be a good, valuable running back. And between the two, Zac Stacy and Trey Mason, Stacy is a better running back in goal line scenarios. He did have a couple of TDs in the goal line last season, and because I believe that he's a more bruising type back, a bowling ball type back compared to him and Trey Mason, I think that Zac Stacy will get the nod, particularly in goal line situations, but still get the bulk of the carries because of his experience already. He had a good rookie season, 3.9 yards per carry. I think that could raise up to at least 4 yards this season. And I still think he's a good running back, and I think he could still be a great value running back for fantasy football this upcoming year. Now, me personally, I have a little second thing they need to talk about. Sticking with the St. Louis Rams, I still think they need to adjust the quarterback scenario and try to pick up a quarterback just before the season begins. And one team I do think that they should aim for, and one particular player, is the Washington Redskins and quarterback Kirk Cousins. Now, and not in NFL fantasy value, but in NFL value, his stock has been rising. He's having a pretty good preseason. He's looking much more comfortable in the pocket and even outside the pocket compared to him and starter RG3 Robert Griffin III. And even Joe Theismann believed that Kirk Cousins should start over RG3 because of his performance during this preseason, and he shows a lot more comfort, especially inside the pocket. Now, I actually agree with him, and I'm actually sticking with my bold statement from earlier this year, and I believe that RG3 and Washington Redskins, the Redskins should definitely try to look up the trade value for RG3, actually getting rid of RG3 and developing with Kirk Cousins. Now, back at Cincinnati, head coach Jay Gruden of the Washington Redskins had tutored and Andy Dalton pretty well. He's a good passing quarterback who can run the football. Andy Dalton can run the football a little bit, but he's a quarterback who thinks pass first. And with all the weapons at Washington, there should be no excuses for RG3 to excel this upcoming season, but he is still struggling and still showing uncomfort and throwing the football. And I believe that Kirk Cousins, his stock value has raised up, and I personally believe that the Washington Redskins should really hopefully consider in trading RG3, trying to get as much as they can get back, in which they invested in. And a couple years ago, they lost a lot of trades to trade up to get RG3. And I still think he could be still a good value, and they could get some of their trades, their actually draft picks, back with a trade for RG3 and keep Kirk Cousins. Now, that's just my personal opinion. But the St. Louis Rams, they should definitely try to aim for Kirk Cousins at Washington. And I think that could be a great trade. So that's my particular opinion on that. But going back to Zac Stacy, I still think he's a good, valuable running back. Even with the loss of Sam Bradford, they're going to focus more on running the football, and he is going to be splitting carries with Trey Mason. And even with the loss of Isaiah Pede, which means more opportunities headed towards Zac Stacy to just solidify more of the bulk of the carries, he should be still a good running back in the 2014 season. Now, we still have just under a week left. We have 1 week till week 1 of the season. Now, if there's any updated news, I will talk about it, and I will answer any questions that you need. Just leave a comment at the bottom of the section. Thank you for watching today's blog from Pro Football Exclusive. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.